Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Six Path Weeb. Today, we explore a path less traveled, a choice that could have reshaped everything in the Naruto universe. What if Naruko chose solitude? Part 3. Quick disclaimer before we dive in, all content here is for entertainment and discussion purposes. I don't own any of the anime footage used, full credit goes to the original creators and copyright holders. Alright, let's journey into this alternate reality together. Let's get started. The generator emitted a soft hum and revealed the names of the first two participants. Many of the Genin gasped, surprised that such a match would occur so early in the preliminaries. One of Konoha's stronger Genin would have to exit the competition sooner than expected due to the unlucky draw. Several of the younger Genin silently thanked Kami that they would not have to face either of the two competitors on the board. Aburame Shino vs Uchiha Sasuke. Would Shino and Sasuke both be stepping down to the arena for the first match of the preliminaries? Anko called out, her excitement palpable as the battles were about to commence. Go, Shino. Show your skill, Kiba shouted enthusiastically. Shino gave him a nod in acknowledgement. Be careful, stammered Hinata, fidgeting nervously with her fingers while keeping her gaze low. Shino walked confidently toward the arena as Sakura and Naruko offered their encouragement to Sasuke. All right, don't falter now, Naruko whispered with closed eyes, deep in concentration. Sasuke-kun, I know you'll do your best, Sakura said with encouragement. She tried to offer a supportive hug, but Sasuke gently waved her off and proceeded toward the arena. Within moments, both shinobi stood ready. Match 1, begin. Anko announced. Sasuke immediately activated his Sharingan. Though intimidating, it posed little actual threat to Shino, whose unique abilities with insects could not be countered by the Uchiha's techniques. This is likely just an intimidation tactic. I can still prevail without relying on ninjutsu, Shino considered, recalling Sasuke's tendencies in training. The two competitors exchanged calm, focused glances before Sasuke launched the first offensive. He moved swiftly, attempting a kick at Shino's chest. Shino leapt back, letting a small swarm of insects emerge from her jacket. Ino exclaimed. Go, Sasuke-kun. Don't let the insects corner you. Sakura cheered. Sasuke continued with a series of precise strikes, aiming to engage Shino in hand-to-hand combat and neutralize the insects. Despite his efforts, none of his attacks landed. This is challenging. Shino's not known for taijutsu, but she's incredibly agile, Sasuke reflected, as another wave of insects threatened his legs. Seeing the opportunity to take initiative, Shino advanced. She aimed a swift kick and followed with a punch, but Sasuke skillfully dodged both, retreating toward the arena wall. Shino released a flurry of insects from her sleeves, sending them toward Sasuke. Katen, Gokakyu no Jutsu, Sasuke exclaimed, sending a fireball toward the insects, reducing them to harmless ash before it dissipated against the wall. Seizing the moment, Sasuke attempted to corner Shino and prevent further attacks. He struck repeatedly, but Shino dodged each blow, retaliating with another wave of insects. Once more, Sasuke's fire techniques neutralized the swarm. I have to maintain pressure. I just need to be strategic and wait for an opening, Shino thought. I see her move, this is my chance, Sasuke considered, smirking. Sasuke rushed forward, attempting to capitalize on a perceived gap. Shino countered by directing her insects strategically. Sasuke skillfully maneuvered around them, gaining a brief advantage. Yet Shino's clever deployment of her insects continued to challenge him. Finally, after a few exchanges, Shino's tactics allowed her to seize the advantage. Sasuke found himself momentarily restrained by the insects, who skillfully neutralized his movements. Yield, Sasuke, Shino stated calmly. I won't yield. I am an Uchiha and will persevere, Sasuke declared, forming several hand signs. Katen, Gokakyu no Jutsu. Sasuke launched another fire technique, but Shino's careful strategy and her insects' positioning caused the flames to backfire on his hands. Kakashi quickly intervened, using a water-style technique to ensure Sasuke's safety and stabilize the match. Winner of the first match, Aburame Shino. Anko announced. Excitement tinged her voice, and Naruko couldn't help but smile at the upset. The entire Konoha team was astonished. Kiba jumped for joy, thrilled that Shino had outsmarted one of the class's top competitors. Kakashi and Anko worked swiftly to assist Sasuke as medical personnel prepared to help him. High above the arena, many of the Genin were stunned by the unexpected result. The top rookie had been challenged early, but Shino's intelligence and preparation had made the difference. Kiba eagerly approached Shino, congratulating her with excitement. Shino smiled faintly beneath her composed exterior, proud of her performance. Finally, someone outshone the Uchiha, Kiba exclaimed. Keep your enthusiasm in check, Kiba. Focus on your own match. I believe in our team's abilities, Shino replied calmly, though her eyes hinted at genuine satisfaction. Sakura moved toward Kiba, correcting his overzealousness. Don't get ahead of yourself. Shino's performance was remarkable, but don't underestimate the challenge ahead, she said with her signature poise. Meanwhile, Kakashi had returned to the walkway, standing beside Kurenai. So, it seems my top student faced yours and came out on top, Kurenai commented, a knowing smile playing on her lips. Naruko, passing by with a quiet confidence, whispered playfully, I'm actually Kakashi's top student, not Sasuke's, a subtle grin accompanying her words as she prepared to watch the upcoming matches with renewed motivation. Flashback. Behind her was a woman dressed in white, with striking red eyes patterned with black spirals. She wore the Konoha headband in its standard position across her forehead, the rest of the band concealed beneath her long black hair. Kurenai, what brings you around here? I've heard of her somewhere. I think she might be another Jonin from the same graduating class of the academy as Naruko. I haven't seen her before, but her name has come up a few times, Kurenai thought. Kurenai's gaze shifted to the younger of the two, standing across from Kakashi, dressed in black shinobi attire. She found it interesting that Naruko would wear the vibrant orange and red flames on her gear so openly. Those flames always reminded villagers of the nine-tailed fox incident from 13 years ago. I can sense that Naruko has grown very strong, her chakra signature is remarkable. She surpasses my whole team in skill and is one of the strongest among the rookie 9. Only Neji and Sasuke rival her strength. Oh, I was just walking around the village before returning to training with my team. So, what brings you two here in the middle of the day when you should be with your squad? Oops, slipped on that one. I forgot that Naruko left her team to train alone for a week and a half. Hopefully, she won't be upset, Kurenai mused. Naruko frowned at that comment. Surely, this woman knew she was training on her own, or as the village circulated, pursuing her own training independently. Kurenai looked up as Naruko strode off, quickly heading east. Good work, Kurenai. If you were as skilled with genjutsu as you are with words, you'd be unstoppable, Kakashi remarked with a smirk. Very clever, Kakashi. How is Naruko progressing? I assume you've had time with her since returning from your mission today. Yes, Kurenai. I spent some time with her today, and she has grown impressively powerful. She is likely the strongest of the rookie 9 right now. I'm already aware, Kakashi. I already know a lot about her. As you know, one of my students, Hinata Hyuga, admires her. Kurenai and Kakashi then parted ways. Wow, Kakashi really knows how to spin things. Naruko might seem strong in words, but I can't sense her chakra. She's still behind, but I played along for fun, Kurenai thought with amusement as she walked down the street toward her home. End flashback. The idea of Naruko being Kakashi's top student is laughable. She's inexperienced, she might struggle in the first round. I hope one of my students surpasses her for an easier path, another student thought. Kakashi glanced at Kurenai, attempting to read her thoughts, but got nothing. He turned back to Anko, who was near the board. The names began scrolling across the board and finally stopped on Kinuta Dosu. The names continued scrolling before halting on another. Sabaku no Gaara. Would Dosu and Gaara please come down to the arena to begin the next match? Anko called loudly, causing some younger Junon to shield their ears. I wonder if she would cheer like that for us, Kyubi mused in Naruko's mind. Naruko immediately disconnected from the Great Fox to watch the match. She opened her eyes to see Gaara arrive using a swift movement with sand, while Dosu leapt from the railing. Ready for the match? Dosu asked. Gaara remained calm and observant, preferring to study his opponent rather than rush. Match 2, begin. Anko announced. Dosu moved aggressively, but Gaara remained still. Dosu is in trouble. That sand moves silently but precisely, Tamari thought. She anticipated a quick match. Dosu charged with his drill, attempting to break through Gaara's sand defense, but the sand caught him effortlessly. Dosu struggled as the sand restricted his movements. Gaara controlled it skillfully, lifting Dosu slightly to demonstrate her mastery. Gaara, that's enough, Anko warned, prepared to intervene. Realizing further struggle could complicate things, Gaara eased the sand and allowed Dosu to land safely, though clearly unable to continue. Winner by disqualification, Gaara Sabaku, Anko announced. Medics, please assist the contestants. Kin was shocked by the outcome. Both teammates were out of the match before they could continue. Kin withdrew, choosing to stay with them as they recovered. She's strong. Definitely my biggest competition, Naruko thought. How can someone be so focused and precise? Kakashi pondered. That was impressive. I hope I don't face her soon, Kiba reflected. The Genin were stunned. Gaara had easily dominated two challengers from a strong village. Kin has withdrawn, and Zaku cannot continue. Their names will be reserved, and opponents will be drawn for them later. Whoever is chosen will advance directly to the final stage. Everyone hoped for a free pass on the board. The names scrolled. Abumi Zaku. Nara Shikamaru. The spectators were amazed. Shikamaru, the laziest of them all, had just earned a direct pass to the finals. Kuji tried to wake him. Kuji, what do you want? Shikamaru asked irritably. Your match is up. You get a free pass into the final stage, Kuji said cheerfully. Troublesome. Or not, Shikamaru muttered, returning to his rest. The board continued. Tsuchi Kin. Everyone waited anxiously for the next lucky draw. Finally, it revealed. Haruno Sakura. Yes. Sakura cheered, bouncing with excitement. Great, a hopeful Kunoichi reaches the finals, thought Ino and Naruko simultaneously, sharing a moment of mutual skepticism. Kakashi smiled cautiously. Training an inexperienced student to face someone stronger would be challenging. Imagine if she faces Gaara or even Shino in the first round. Kakashi shuddered at the thought. Anko's voice rang out, the next match is about to begin, contestants are being selected. The board displayed. Hyuga Neji. The names of the remaining contestants began scrolling. Inuzuka Kiba. Neji smirked as Kiba eagerly jumped down from the walkway. Neji felt certain that fate had already chosen him as the likely winner. He descended into the arena carefully, considering how he would approach the fight against Kiba, knowing it would be primarily a taijutsu match. Ready for the challenge, Mr. Rookie of the Year? Kiba called out, with Akamaru by her side, barking enthusiastically. Fate has already favored the outcome, Kiba. Perhaps it's best to save your energy, Neji replied calmly, confident in her strategy. Match 3, begin. Anko announced with enthusiasm. Byakugan, Neji shouted, activating her Kekkei Genkai to analyze the chakra pathways of both Kiba and Akamaru. Kiba was quick to take the offensive, aiming to finish efficiently. She launched a series of precise taijutsu strikes, intending to anticipate Neji's movements. Neji responded by stepping into her gentle fist techniques, deflecting Kiba's attacks with skillful precision. Akamaru suddenly transformed to mirror Kiba and positioned herself next to Kiba. Now there are two of us, Kiba exclaimed. There's no way to outmaneuver us, Akamaru added. Neji's mind raced. If I disable one's chakra flow first, I can focus on the other quickly. Whether it's Kiba or Akamaru, I can manage the challenge. Yosh. Neji, show your energy and determination, Guy shouted, drawing the attention of all nearby Genin and Jonin. Great, now there's extra distraction. At least Lee isn't joining in. Oh wait, he is, Neji thought, glancing at the excited duo. Both Kiba and Akamaru lunged at Neji with synchronized attacks. Neji deftly dodged each strike while striking strategic points to temporarily limit chakra flow, keeping her advantage. Despite the challenge, Neji maintained her composure, analyzing and responding to each movement with calm precision. Finally, Neji seized an opening, carefully redirecting one Kiba and momentarily separating her from Akamaru. With an elegant sequence of gentle fist techniques, Neji neutralized the challenge effectively, leaving Kiba momentarily stunned. Winner of match 3, Neji Hyuga, Anko announced, her voice hoarse from excitement. Neji returned to the walkway as Kiba composed herself and collected Akamaru. Both were proud of their efforts, having given the Rookie of the Year a strong challenge. Now, only Hinata remains. Perhaps she can face Naruko or Ino next, it should be a manageable match, Kurenai thought. Neji, brushing off the excitement, prepared to observe the upcoming match for strategy insights. Yamanaka Ino. The next names appeared on the board. Tamari. Ino. Ino might have a tough match, thought Naruko, curious about the other kunoichi and the weapon she carried. Tamari and Ino, please enter the arena, Anko called. Tamari floated gracefully on her battle fan while Ino descended the stairs carefully. Match 4, begin. Tamari immediately opened her fan, preparing for a defensive strategy. Ino responded with her clan's technique, sending a shadow in a straight line, but Tamari skillfully dodged. Seizing the moment, she activated her fan, producing a strong gust of wind. Ino managed to defend herself, barely maintaining balance, and blocked the technique effectively. Ino quickly threw 2 kunai, but Tamari's skillful use of her fan deflected them. Realizing that Tamari's fan had multiple levels of wind power, Ino tried a final approach with a shuriken and quick taijutsu strikes, but Tamari's wind technique sent Ino sliding gently against the wall. Winner by knockout, Tamari, Anko declared. Tamari gracefully glided back to her siblings. Well done, Tamari, Kankuro said with a smile. Thanks. Now, let's all aim to win in the final stage together, Tamari encouraged, placing a reassuring hand on Kankuro's shoulder. Asuma guided Ino back to the walkway to recover, while Shikamaru, surprisingly awake, observed the results with quiet contemplation. Next match is coming up. Anko called, preparing for the next challenge. Hyuga Hinata. The scoreboard revealed the next matchup, and the crowd murmured in surprise. I didn't want to face her, thought Hinata nervously. Most of the Jinan were whispering and giggling about who would face Hinata, as it was well known that she shared a close bond with her opponent. Uzumaki Naruko. This should be an exciting match, thought Kurenai with a smile. Ah, Naruko gets to show her skills now, against a member of such a prestigious clan, no less. Naruko and Hinata, please come down here, the announcer called. Hinata timidly descended the steps, encouraged by her teammates and sensei. Hinata, this will be manageable, Kurenai said warmly. She's determined, there's nothing to worry about, added Kiba, patting her shoulder for reassurance. Shino, however, had a different perspective. My sensors can tell Naruko has grown much stronger than before. She might even surpass some of us now. Shino kept his thoughts to himself, not wanting to unsettle Hinata before the match. Naruko jumped down from the platform, her confident gaze scanning the crowd. Interesting, isn't it? Everyone underestimated me before, and now they're watching again. Time to show them that I've grown, she thought, smiling to herself. Hinata finally reached the bottom of the steps, fidgeting nervously with her fingers. Will Hinata rise to the challenge? This is going to be interesting, Neji observed silently. Looks like Hinata and Tamari might be the only kunoichi left in the finals, Sakura thought, feeling a mix of excitement and curiosity. Kakashi appeared beside Kurenai, quietly observing with his signature calm smile. I'll make a little bet, he said playfully. If Naruko wins, you'll have to go out on a friendly outing with me. If she doesn't, I'll stop bothering you. I accept, Kurenai replied, laughing softly. But don't think you'll get an easy win. Kakashi winked and vanished, appearing next to Sakura, barely containing a grin. Match 5, begin. The announcer called. Don't be afraid, Hinata. Show me your best effort, Naruko said evenly, her tone calm but commanding. Hinata hesitated, unsure how to respond to Naruko's poised confidence. Are you nervous? Naruko teased lightly. I don't hold grudges or negative feelings toward anyone. I just want to test my skills, and I expect my opponent to give their best. Kiba shouted encouragement from the sidelines. Go for it, Hinata. Show her your strength. Naruko moved quickly, performing a sequence of hand signs, and released a gust of wind energy toward Hinata. Hinata raised her arms to block, but the energy pushed her backward, landing her on her knees. Quickly adjusting, Naruko created 2 shadow clones. The clones assisted her in a precise, dazzling demonstration of agility and strategy, gently tossing training dummies that Hinata dodged skillfully. The display was powerful but safe, impressing everyone watching. Hinata tried to counter, using her Byakugan to anticipate Naruko's movements. The 2 kunoichi engaged in a dynamic, fast-paced exchange, each demonstrating agility, intelligence, and perseverance. Finally, the match concluded with Naruko landing a light, skillful tap that signaled the end. Hinata, though outmaneuvered, smiled warmly and bowed. Winner of match 5, Naruko Uzumaki. The announcer declared. Naruko walked over and offered Hinata a hand to help her up. Great match, Hinata. You really improved, she said with a friendly smile. Kurenai and the others cheered, celebrating the skill and sportsmanship of both competitors. She's impressive, Sakura thought, still amazed by Naruko's determination and growth. Naruko closed her eyes and quietly spoke to Kyubi in her mind. That was exciting. Now, time to rest and prepare for the next round. Good job, Naruko. You handled that brilliantly, Kyubi replied warmly. 15 minutes later. Yo, Naruko, wake up. It's time to draw for the order in the final stage of the Chunin exams, said Kakashi. Naruko blinked open one eye and noticed the other finalists walking toward Anko. What happened? Asked Naruko. Lee managed to outmaneuver Kuji during his technique, and Kankuro used a puppet skillfully to defend against Tenten's attacks. Tenten needed a short rest in the medic area, so she's resting with the others, Anko explained. Naruko then leapt down and joined the rest of the finalists. You are the 9 finalists for the Chunin exam's final stage. Each of you will now draw a number from this sack. Some of you may get a pass while others will compete in the first round, Anko announced. So 2 of us have to compete right away before narrowing down to 8 contestants. That's inconvenient, said Shikamaru, yawning. The finalists drew numbers, some smiling at the results. Anko recorded the numbers and passed the information to another Chunin, who updated the official board. The matchups appeared. Bracket 1. Match 1, Kankuro vs Rock Lee. Match 2, Haruno Sakura vs Uzumaki Naruko. Bracket 2. Match 1, Sabaku no Gaara vs Hyuga Neji. Match 2, Tamari vs winner of Aburame Shino / Nara Shikamaru. I have to compete twice just to get past the first round, this is going to be exhausting, thought Shikamaru. So I'm up against a very fast opponent. Let's see what fate has in store, thought Neji. Sakura? You can face me in round 2. I feel an unusual energy guiding me, Naruko mused, sensing the Kyubi's presence within her. Yosh. My speed will outmatch those puppets, and I'll make Guy-sensei proud. Lee's excitement was evident even in his thoughts. Great, I get Mr. Speed right away, wonderful, Kankuro thought, frowning slightly. I might face someone tired from a previous match, but then there's still a sibling rivalry ahead, Tamari considered. Naruko's on the other side. I'll meet her in the finals, Gaara reflected. This is going to be challenging, Shino muttered. Alright, you all can head out with your Jonin mentors. The finals are in 30 days, so use this time to train diligently, Anko instructed. Many Jonin left proudly with their Jinan. The Suna siblings were the only team with all 3 members advancing. Team 7 had 2, Guy's team had 2, and teams 8 and 10 had 1 each. Sakura glanced at Naruko. Why do I feel like she's going to outperform me during the exams? Perhaps I should be friendlier, she thought. Hey Naruko, how about we go for some ramen? My treat, Sakura offered, hoping to lighten the mood. Naruko smiled quietly to herself. She used to be eager for such gestures, but now she was focused on her own path, completing the Chunin exams, excelling on missions, and becoming a skilled shinobi capable of one day leading as Hokage. Friendships were still important to her, but her goals came first. Without a word, she leapt away from Kakashi and Sakura, heading back to her residence. So, sensei, who will you train first? Sakura asked. I'll train Naruko in the morning and you in the afternoon. That way, both of you get equal guidance, Kakashi replied, smiling. Sakura was slightly disappointed. She had hoped to receive more exclusive attention, given her role in Team 7. Well, Sakura, I need to go, I have plans to prepare for tomorrow, Kakashi said cheerfully, vanishing in a puff of smoke. I wonder who will be on the receiving end of his luck? Sakura mused, unaware that underestimating Naruko could be far more consequential than any date plans. Dear YouTube family. This is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps the journey going. Thank you for being part of this adventure. Stay curious, stay awesome. 6 Path Weeb.